Burkina Faso, Mali and Niger look to form a federation. The foreign ministers of the three Sahelian nations recommended on Friday creating a confederation as part of a long-term goal of uniting the West African neighbors within a federation. The top diplomats of the Alliance of Sahel states met in Bamako for 2 days.
If you see me in the streets, better holler at me. Seeking for a beat, throw them dollars at me. I don't like defeat, take that away from me. You tryna be like me, you couldn't handle my story. But we gon' let you know, we gon' let you know. We gon' let you know, we gon' let you know.
Hey guys, thank you for tuning in and welcome back once again, man, to yet another episode, man. They call me Jay. If this is your first time coming through, I'm a motherlandian. I live out in the diaspora and I do drop vlogs every day talking about issues, man, occurring in the continent, because I am African born and I'm the son of the soil, you feel me? So today we are gonna keep talking about that continent and everything coming out of Africa. Now before we get started, I just want to say, please, if you've not done it, do not forget to give us that thumbs up, man. That's the only way I beg of you to help the channel. And if you like what Mr. J has been dropping, I will plead with you to please consider being a member, okay? It costs about $1.99 per month to be a member, and it will help the channel go further, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And for everybody watching Mr. J, if you've been watching Mr. J from the US, man, Canada, Africa, man, the Caribbeans, man, Asia, Russia, man, Egypt, man, Turkey, it's all love. I mean, it's all love. I'm just giving my own 2 quarters. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about what I have to say today, man. You guys know that a couple of months ago, man, some countries out in the Sahel region of Africa, man, they organized coups to overthrow the puppet regimes that were put in place by the West, who helped the West actually rob these countries blind of the natural resources. Now fast forward after the coup, man, some of these countries have been doing great jobs, man. Some of these military juntas who came into place, they have been turning the country away from that mindset of clinging to the imperialist, to the Western powers, and continuing being a puppet. These military juntas have been doing an impeccable job. They have realized and they have set in place things that puppet regimes could not do for a whole long time. And on this vlog, I wanted to talk about 3 of these countries that are actually, man, they are spearheading a different dimension of change that region of Africa has not seen for a long period of time. And these 3 countries I'm talking about: the Republic of Niger, the Republic of Burkina Faso, and the Republic of Mali. Now these 3 countries, man, their military leaders, man, they have realized that to make a country great, to make an impact, to create that impact that they all been dreaming about for their people, they need to band together. They need to come along and hold hands and create a different paradigm, a different system that is going to help them achieve this dream, the dream that these regimes under the control of Western powers and the proxies could not do. Now I want to talk about the recent issue of these 3 leaders and proxies and ministers meeting together to come with a powerful structure, man. These 3 countries have decided they are creating a federation. Yes, kind of like what you have in the United States. Yes, the United States is a confederation of various many states. I think it's 51 if you want to talk about Puerto Rico. So they have started putting in place, and they have started considering the fact that they can actually work as a confederation. So in the coming years, like if the Western powers and their African stooges do not assassinate or do not take out one of these leaders, because it is still a possibility, because the West has never ever loved that an African leader comes into power and tries to change the dimension. We all know, man, history has taught us. If you want to talk about Patrice Lumumba of Congo, if you want to talk about Thomas Sankara of Burkina Faso, some of you say, oh man, these people were killed by Africans, but they were powered, they were paid. And we can actually talk about the attempts that were on the Burkina Faso leaders had. They've tried to take him out. So these three countries have decided that, you know what? We know that we are in uncharted water. We are in a space where many of these Western countries will not like us. We are doing things that goes contrary to some of these Western imperialists. Heck, we just kicked one of their powerful stooge, one of the proxy, France, out of our region. And we are taking control. And we are giving our people their country back. Of course, the West has never liked that. So that's what I said, that if they do not get assassinated or do not get, overthrown and kicked out of exile, because in Africa we know that is a common place, they are going to put in place a confederation. Federations is going to be the state of Burkina Faso, the state of Niger, and the state of Mali. Now, why is this necessary, ladies and gentlemen? The West and the allies and the organization frown upon the fact that these folks, they seized power in a coup. They were okay with the regimes that they put in place, and they were backing to keep impoverishing these people. And they have been mad. And being mad, they actually use some of the proxies organization in Africa, like ECOWAS. And they place a whole lot of sanctions on these countries. They place a whole lot of pressure. They are putting pressure. It's rather unfortunate that we are in Africa and an organization as ECOWAS, which is supposed to be for the interest of Africans, is actually playing to the tunes of France, the West, and its stooges. So these three leaders are like, you know what? We are supposed to be each other's keeper. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. We are supposed to have each other's back. Which is why when they declared that an attack on one of these member states on Niger, when the ECOWAS was trying to do that, is an attack on Burkina Faso and the Republic of Mali. And which is why when they blocked the borders, when Nigeria and some ECOWAS member countries blocked the borders to send food, anything going, goods and products getting to these countries, man, they came together and started trading within each other. Burkina Faso, for example, the leader, man, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, he sent goods to the Republic of Niger and Mali. And that's why they came together and they formed that military pact, which is to secure them. And after that, my brother, we have seen a whole lot of changes. These people have been able to take back cities that were overrun by French-backed terrorist groups, Western-backed terrorist groups. Yes, it is French-backed because France was actually doing the sponsoring of these terrorist groups. And I do think that they have Mali has opened an investigation into this whole ish. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to end this vlog by saying this. If you were in the position of these three leaders and you realize that you all have a common enemy, which is France, and when France is in your scope, you got to know that France is playing with all the other Western powers, because that's how the West functions, man. It's not just one person going at you. If France is going in, of course the United Kingdom is going to go in, Germany, all these other people are going to come in. So these leaders were like, you know what? We need to bond now. We need to form a powerful pact. We need to stand as one powerful person, entity, which is what our Pan-African forefathers have been preaching. Dr. Kwame Nkrumah of Ghana preached the same thing. Muammar Gaddafi preached the same thing. Nelson Mandela preached the same things. Patrice Lumumba preached the same thing. Samori Marshall preached the same thing. So we can go on the list on and on. But these guys, in this time, in this era, we are seeing that coming to fruition. And I, for one, I stand with these people and any other entity in the world that is supporting these guys, especially Russia and the Chinese. Of course, when Russia is supporting something, you got to know that China is already own it. Man, these guys are helping these three states to get to that real independence. And of course, we all know that once they get to that level, man, these three countries, a whole lot of Africans will be going to these countries to look for jobs. Trust me. And I will end this by saying that, what is your take? Do you think that these three leaders coming together to form a federation and become like a confederation kind of thing, is it a good idea? Is it a dream coming through for some of our Pan-African leaders who were took out by the West for trying to do the same thing, man, do leave a comment. And before we go, please do not forget to give us that thumbs up, man. I beg of you, help the channel out. And if you want to go further, man, please do think about being a member. It only costs about $2 US, $1.99, and you will help Mr. J a great lot. From me to you, man, have a great week. I love you, man. Hey, Africa is rising. It's our time now. Long live, man. Long live motherland. Peace.
Creation, reaction, God. Big up TRB family. Mr. J, I see you. I know some artists don't do this. God bless you and your family.